What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Off the Schneid. Today we're going to be talking about the 2021 Indianapolis Colts, talking about their draft needs or just team needs in general heading into the 2021 NFL Draft. Biggest news out of Indy this offseason was obviously Carson Wentz, the trade coming from the Eagles. It shores up that quarterback position for the next, for the future, realistically. Phillip Rivers actually wasn't awful, that's for sure. He wasn't terrible last year, but you could tell that they would have moved on from him, I think, regardless of what happened with the season. They made the playoffs, got bounced in the wild card round, but 4,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 picks. Not to sound like I'm criticizing Phillip Rivers too much, but that's kind of just like a ho-hum season. And I think they will improve under Carson Wentz, I believe. We'll see how this works out for Carson. I mean, this probably is going to be the best offensive line he's ever played with. Not that they had terrible ones in Philly. It's just in his last year or two, it was aging and injuries, and he got beat up a little bit. So Phillip Rivers, 19 sacks. I think that potentially goes down with Carson Wentz. But we'll kind of see what happens there. Obviously, the retiring of Anthony Costanzo has left a fairly big hole at left tackle. I explored the idea of the Colts trading for Orlando Brown with the Ravens. But then they went out and signed Julian Davenport. They also signed Sam Tevi earlier in free agency. So I'm not sure if that's the route that they're going. I feel like they're probably going to roll with Davenport and Tevi, and Davenport's probably the starter there. I would lean towards him being, but they have a reasonable amount of depth there. So what do they need? I mean, for me, I probably look at wide receiver a little bit, but they run the ball so much and efficiently, and you got a guy like Nyheim Hines out of the backfield that can catch the ball very well. So I don't know, Michael Pittman Jr. takes a step forward. I very much like him this year. If Paris Campbell can stay healthy, they brought back Zach Pascal, T.Y. Hilton they brought back as well. So they should be okay, considering how much I think that they will continue to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. And Marlon Mack is still there. Don't forget, Jordan Wilkins is a okay depth guy, and Nyheim Hines is very dangerous back there. So nothing wrong with his offense. I don't really think that they need a ton on offense. Maybe left tackle if they wanted to go that route, but I don't think that they're going to use their first pick or the first couple picks in the draft to shore that up. I think the rest of the line is very, very good. So I think they just roll Davenport and Tevi, if I'm being honest. Defensive side of the ball is an entirely different story. It was a bit of a head scratcher for me when they let Denico Autry leave, that they just let him walk. Justin Houston is still a free agent, so he could be back in the fold and probably should be. They're going to need some more help. Realistically, they don't have much to get after the quarterback. They brought back Muhammad recently, which was a good move. DeForest Buckner's very, 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 very good. Don't get me wrong. I just think that they have a bunch of depth and they don't have too many game breakers on the defensive line besides DeForest Buckner. So that's where I lean. If I'm in my first pick, the big defensive end to get after the quarterback, play on the same side maybe as DeForest Buckner, that kind of thing, and get after opposing quarterbacks. At linebacker, I think they're fine. Darius Leonard, obviously one of the best in the game. Bobby Okereke is a quality linebacker, and then Zaire Franklin they have penciled in to be the starter now. Jordan Glasgow's there. We'll see kind of how that works out. I feel like the Colts are deserve to be, talked about as being good drafters of say linebackers, when a guy like Darius Leonard was like a 4th, 5th, 6th round type of a guy projected, and now he's one of the best linebackers in the game. Small school guy, but good scouting there. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt when they have Leonard and Okereke there as well. So you got that. Safeties are in an okay spot. Julian Blackman, Kahari Willis. I don't mind those two guys. Sean Davis there as well coming in. Ibrahim Campbell, George Odom, whoever starts and plays, that's fine. Malik Hooker's still available if they do want to bring him back. We'll see how that works out. I like Malik Hooker a lot. I think he could be a good player for a lot of teams. But I think corner is probably the biggest. Corner and defensive end are the two biggest needs. Kenny Moore is fantastic. Rock Yassin might be the guy. We'll see. Xavier Rhodes, I'm not a massive fan of, to be honest with you. Plus, he's getting a little bit up there in age. I just think you need to add to this back end a playmaker. You absolutely need a playmaker, ball hawk type of a guy. And that might even be at safety. We'll see. We'll see. But I think they absolutely need to add to the back end of this defense as well as the line. DeForest Buckner is going to need some help. And I think, to be honest, all I think they have besides him are a bunch of depth guys. I didn't get the Danico Autry thing. I didn't get that at all. If Justin Houston comes back, that helps. But we'll see. We'll see what happens as far as like order of operations here. Defensive end, corner, probably offensive line depth, I suppose, or wide receiver. They're both close. So that's kind of where I lean. They still have one of the best lines in the game, offensive lines in the game. Brought back Mo Alley Cox and Jack Doyle at tight end. So I think they're okay offensively. I think they'll be the same, but a little bit better, in my opinion. I think just that defense needs some work, and they're still a playoff team, will be one of two teams to compete to win this division, in my opinion. I think it's between the Titans and the Colts. I think the Jags might make some moves. We'll see how good Trevor Lawrence is in his rookie year, but there you go. There's the Indy Colts. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and we'll see you on the next team breakdown.